good morning, everyone. Happy Monday morning. I'm going to tell y'all right now, I am tired. I am operating on 3 hours of sleep. Thank you, thank you, thank you. The gifts are appreciated. They are not expected. What I do want is if you are a member of the team to hit the daily heart me. If not and you're new, stick around. If you like what you hear and see, join the team. For people who are here every day and haven't joined the team, join the team. But what I really want is that every time I change a photo, please like the live by tapping until you see the heart. Keep tapping until you see the heart's tail, and then fill it. And then if you want to take a break, do that. If you want to tap later on, please be my guest. But it's for 2 reasons. 1, to make sure the live doesn't get taken down. And 2, to make sure we end up on the FYF, the For You feed, what used to be called the For You page. We need as many new people as possible to hear this information so that they don't get taken advantage of. Good morning. So, today, we're going to talk about Carrie, Timothy Angela, T. Medina, Jalen, Timothy Nash, Caitlin, J. Paul, and Country.Honey or Savage Angel, which apparently Savage Angel has been banned from going live, so she's been going live on Country Honey. Who do I want to start with? Oh, I'll start with her. So, Miss Walls. I really don't have a lot to say about her. Yeah, some people will send in. I got a little bit more on her. Miss Walls is wash, rinse, repeat. She doesn't even bother to show the nails any longer. It's a real quick boop, 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 boop. And why? Because she makes double the money on the wheel for the same pair of nails that she would have only gotten for $100. She's getting $200 for the same pair of nails. That's not a stupid move, guys. That makes total sense to me. Why would I bother trying to sell nails when all I have to do is an illegal wheel and get double? And she has you convinced that she's doing you a favor by only charging $20. And once in a blue moon, she does something correctly, and that is supposed to overcome everything that's done wrong. Right, American Girl, I love it. Plus shipping, don't forget it, Karina, plus shipping. But when she's getting double, she says to you, you don't even have to pay for shipping. Imagine the markup on a pair of nails that I'll give her generously $20, $30. Plus 10 shipping. So I'll say $40 pair of nails. And she's getting $200 for it. And still complaining. That's the other part. How are you still complaining that you got to pay the rent and you have bills and gas and food? Are you kidding me? Well, clearly the state of Ohio is taking their time. So we just went on ahead and sent the information to the feds. No, I don't do Tristan Pizza. I have a hard time watching him. So now the feds know. I warned you, I don't know how many times. And because you're making money with your small business, that you're not paying taxes, you're not even reporting the income because you plan on filing for Social Security. That's what she told us. Well, now the feds know. So let's see what happens there. They may think, oh, she's small potatoes. Oh, they know that too. AB baby. They know that too. My report was thorough. So let's see what happens. If you didn't like me before, I'm sure you hate me now. Stop taking advantage of people. Stop making $20, $30 nails. Stop buying nails from other people and selling them. Oh, I'm sure, Daisy May. Good morning, Mrs. Mandy. You are literally buying nails for pennies and selling them for $200. Oh, Maggie's always begging. Well, let's see if the feds think it's cute. Ohio told me to contact the IRS. Correct, Avy baby. Show us that you make them. You putting on 3 little dots on one nail isn't proving that you make the nails. And I saw where somebody, I don't know if they won them or if they, no, I'm sorry. Forgive me. They took a nail, they covered it with builder gel. And they showed that, yes, it is harder than the regular tip. But what I didn't realize was that you can actually take builder gel off like it's another tip. Did any of y'all see that? Oh, yeah. Oh, I did what I had to do, baby. Now, all I want her to do is stop. I don't want her arrested. I don't want her to have to go to jail. I want her to stop taking advantage of people. Period. Good morning. Right, or do it the right way. Stop making you needing to pay rent a part of a line for your small business. That's nobody's problem but your own. And again, if you aren't making enough money with your small business to pay your bills, get a job. You can work, do your small business on the side, sell it, and now you have a regular income until the business pays you enough that you can live off of it. People should not be buying nails because they feel bad for you. That's not a business-like attitude. And if she handled her business and actually had a business, had a tax ID, she could sell on TikTok. She could even create a website. She could put the nails up there and let them sell themselves. But she can't because she doesn't want any official record of her selling nails. Girl, TikTok is an official record, baby. You go live every single day and give it to them. But at least they're not giving her a product and saying, this is a beautiful product that you can use forever. Correct. I don't know a single business that makes commercials and says, we're going to have to lay off everybody if you don't buy our product. We're going to have to close our doors. Daisy May, because they're scammers. That's why. If it wasn't nails, it would be something else. Now, I had wrote this down. Where did I write it down? Let me see. Give me a second. I saw it the other day when I wasn't looking for it, and now that I'm looking for it, I can't find it. Who was it? Who was it? Who was it? Let me see. I'm not going to say it unless I have it specifically. So I may have to say it on Wednesday. Which is fine. Because the scammers are going to do the same thing regardless. Okay. I can't find it. I'll find it for Wednesday though. For sure. Okay, so that's it on that. I made the report to the feds, and we'll see what happens. By the way, how did you guys enjoy Saturday's Digital After Dark? AB Baby, never. Rose will never come in here. Neither will Carrie. I do digital once a month, but you think I should do romance scams once a month? Oh, Mama Bear, that's okay. She's your favorite? Yeah. Well, for anybody who wasn't around that may want to watch it, it's up. It went up early this morning on YouTube. Oh, you did? Thank you. Oh, I hope you enjoyed camping. Oh, MLA Red, we're going to do it again. And let me be clear. I don't care if we didn't have a single CA taken down. We're going to get better at doing it. We had a dual purpose for Digital After Dark. One was to talk about romance scammers, but the other was to do a collective CA reporting. Oh, thank you, Lewis. Let me just tell y'all. Clearly, we had two women whose mothers are being taken for everything because they believe it. Do not think that it can't happen to your family. Don't even think that it can't happen to you because they are that good. Me too, Jody. Me too. And they've reached out to me on Instagram. So now we can have a conversation and we can start to strategize. Mama Bear, I got my own examples. I have my own. But I have gotten some to tell me the truth. I dated a man from Nigeria and he put me on to all the things. Really, American girl, it's bad. And it's not even always international. Sometimes it's literally somebody who lives here in the United States or in the UK or wherever they're scamming women. That's why I put up those various documentaries. Because people would like to think, well, oh, if they have an accent, then I know. That's not the only thing you have to look for. Oh, Carolyn Smith, I am so happy. I'm happy. When we message people in the right way, in a kind way, we let them know that it's their money and they can do what they want, but we're just warning them. It has an impact. But if we're mean, like, are you stupid to give that person your money? Guess what? You just almost guaranteed that they're going to send it. Who's next? Oh, yes, Terry. Men too. That's why you go watch Catfished. I was able to watch one from Saturday night with Scam Slam where she played several episodes of Catfished. And the man that was being catfished was deplorable. Do not get me wrong. I am sorry that your wife left you for a black man and you can't get over it. But get over it. Anyway, he was getting taken by 3 women. They pretended to be a woman. The people at Catfish, and in 72 hours got him to meet them at a hotel and send money. Or I should say send money and then meet him at a hotel. In 72 hours. And he actually thinks that he's better than his neighbor, that he's smarter than everybody in the room. Oh, I'm sorry, Mama Bear. Yep, she sure did get catfished. It can happen to anybody. It can even start off as just what looks like friendship. It's not always like they hit you right away with romance. Bella, Bella, stop it. Okay, next. Again, if you didn't see it and you'd like to, it's up on the YouTube channel. Let's talk Kate. So this is an interesting turn of events. And I don't even have a conclusion for you right now. But she is here because something interesting happened. Somebody reached out to her and told her that I was streaming her. Guys, if you're going to tell people that I'm doing something, please get it right. I don't stream. I don't post videos. I mean, I will repost them, don't get me wrong. But my account isn't a streaming channel. I take a single photo and then I add my commentary to what they've done. So she reached out to me and said, someone told me you were streaming me. Ma'am, no. I don't stream. I was like, but I do talk about people. And basically, we got to a point where I just asked her, are you in danger? And she said no. Grand Rising, Pink Panther. And I'm like, girl, don't, what you thanking me for? I should be thanking you. I should be thanking you. Thank you. A, for what you do. B, for including me in it. You and All for One. Thank you very much. Thank you for including me. I appreciate it. So I asked her if she was in danger, and she told me no, which was a surprise. Sort of. And so I said, well, then why did you stay up all night long outside, say that you were kicked out, that you were going to sleep on concrete, and then at some point you said he's coming, and you ran into the woods and was like, it's wet here. And people were terrified for you. They were saying things like, get in the car and lock the door. You name it. And she gave me her number. And I said, we don't need to talk on the phone. We could talk here. Like we're already talking. And she said, yeah, that's Kira running around. I don't know what she's looking for. But White Sox is looking at her like, what are we doing, ma'am? So she said, it's too much to type. I'd like to talk to you because I need advice. And y'all know how I am. I'm not going to turn anybody down. If they say they need advice, I'm going to see what I can do. So we haven't spoken yet. She could be looking for the ball. I put 2 new ones out yesterday. As y'all know, when we speak, I'll come back to you and tell you. Now, I'm not going to give you her personal business. But she needs some advice. I'll offer it to her for sure. 110%. Because it is not fair to do that to your audience for any reason if it's not legitimate. It's not fair. But we'll see what happens. And when we do, I'll let you know. Thank you, Daisy Mae. Now, I have to admit, I had to go deep to find a photo where she wasn't perfectly coiffed. Her makeup wasn't perfect. She's a beautiful girl. I'm not even, I'm not going to take nothing from her. Okay, honey, I want you to enjoy your day at work. Everybody liked the live. Tap, tap, tap. until you feel the heart's tail, and then you can take a break. And by now, if you've come off of the For You feed, the FYP, just put it in the chat. Let me know. So, these are her two accounts. Right now, she's on country.honey because Savage Angel 2388 is banned from going live. Now, I talked about her some time ago, and I told you guys on Friday that she was looking for $552 for an Airbnb camper for 5 days. Well, she didn't get it, and I'm not surprised. Very few people can get $500 in one day. I'm not going to say it doesn't happen, but it doesn't usually happen in one day. So, she did a video upset with Penny Fairy. And I find it hilarious that they get so upset with Penny Fairy because they get a penny. Somebody make it make sense to me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for being a member of the team. If you'd like to be a member of the team, hit the Daily Heart me. But it's not a requirement. Okay, a little bit. I'll look. Listen, I've seen quite a few new ones pop up. I had to write names down and take photos. So, she made a video with the reverse psychology of, I'm sorry that I don't look homeless. I'm sorry that I do my makeup. I'm sorry that I do my hair. Ma'am, that is not the problem we have. I don't need you to look homeless. You tell us you're homeless. Like, what do you mean? We've been following this journey since the day you allowed yourself to get kicked out by marshals in front of your children. So you're upset with the Penny Fairy. Because they sent you a penny. I don't know what the note says, but they sent you a penny. So you decided to go on a tirade. Now, at first, I didn't, okay, a little bit. At first, I didn't write anything down other than, I don't expect you to look homeless. I want you to take pride in the way you look. All of us should, right? But then you said something that set me off. You said, I don't want my friends to take care of my children. That you want to take care of them yourself. So your friends who know you, love you, and care about your children shouldn't have the burden of taking care of you. But strangers on the internet should? Like, to me, that's ass backwards. The people in your life who love you and care about you and want to see you shine are the very ones who have the incentive to help you. But someone, listen, after she said that her children were sitting in her car for 8 hours screaming their heads off, I'm not surprised. And she already has a custody issue that she has to deal with next Monday or Tuesday. So she already has issues. But suddenly your friends are above helping you? And what do you mean you're doing something? Coming to the internet and begging for money isn't doing something. But of course, now she has a second job that she starts orientation on Tuesday. We don't know you or your kids. And then between that and when she went live, she's letting us know all of the things that she's going to need help with. Now, my question is this, though. Does the agency you work for or the family that employs you know that you spend so much time making videos on live? Do they know that you're getting paid to be on TikTok? Do they know that you are showing your clients home on TikTok? Just to prove a point? You showed your client. Thankfully, her back was turned. I doubt it. Especially if you work for an agency. Because, they won't be happy with that. But if I was the family, I wouldn't be happy with that either. How do you have all this time, but you're supposed to be taking care of someone? Hippos, yeah. She didn't violate. HIPAA is related to medical. It's not just that you showed somebody. You just violated her privacy is what you did. But it's not HIPAA. HIPAA is if she had shared medical information. But then I was questioning, like, if you get a second job that's supposed to be Wednesday to Sunday, who's keeping the kids? Well, we know the answer to that. Her son is keeping her toddlers. And when I say toddlers, I mean like 1 and 2 or 2 and 3, something like that. Berries, it's not just your doctor. It's any nurse, any, secretary, anybody that works in a healthcare facility where your medical records are being stored. It would be a violation of HIPAA. It could even be a violation of HIPAA if 2 doctors get in the elevator and start talking about a patient so that somebody else in the elevator could identify who the patient was and what the patient was being treated for. So it just covers medical. It's not everything. But she certainly violated her privacy. Princess Peach, I agree. A lot of places, and I'm actually going to do a little bit of a raising the consciousness about maintaining privacy. So, but that's besides the point. You're at work. Why do you have so much time? She literally was live at the client's house, begging for money. So, and the other day, while she was at work, she said because she didn't have a place for the children to go, that the oldest son, which is in middle school, was outside with the 2 children, and they were probably outside crying their heads off. But then yesterday or the day before yesterday, when you made your video about the penny fairy, you walked right outside. I didn't see you go to the car to check on the kids. You didn't prove that part of it. And then we find out that she's at her mama's house. And you want me to believe that your mother would want your children to be in a car while you're at work and she lives nearby? Even if your mother has to go to work, your mother would prefer that your children be in the car than at her house? But of course, then you wonder, if she's going to be at work Wednesday to Sunday, and then she has to be 3.5 hours away, how is her son doing that? Well, they made the decision to take him out of school this year and homeschool him. Not because he was having a problem at school, not because she thought he could focus better, but she needed a babysitter. She knew that with everything going on, she would need someone to take care of her kids. So she pulled him out of school. Well, according to her, he just takes his laptop, whatever, does his assignments. You want me to believe that he concentrates on school while taking care of 2 toddlers? And let's jump ahead a little bit. Someone questioned why she curses in front of her children, and she says, well, you don't have to, but I do, and I would rather my children curse around me. Mind you, the entire time it's F this, F that, be this, be that. You're in middle school. And my thing is this: I can't tell you how to raise your children. But what I will say is that, are you teaching him that there are places where he has to have civility? Are you teaching him that around certain people he needs to not talk that way? Imagine he gets in trouble and he's in front of a judge and he says to the judge, I don't give a fuck. Imagine that. Imagine him going back to school and speaking to teachers and administrators that way. Someone else's parents that way because you permit it. It's one thing to say it's okay to curse around me. But that language isn't acceptable in the society at this point everywhere. So, okay, let him curse around you. Mind you, she's alive and he is cursing left and right. Also, while we're on the subject of him being present, you have him involved in what's happening on your TikTok. Like, he's literally, which makes me think he has a TikTok. He's literally like, oh, I didn't see that comment. Oh, I thought she was talking about such and such. Why is your child in middle school involved in any of this? You already have him being your spouse and father to your kids. You got to add TikTok to that? But then what cracked me up, I shouldn't say cracked me up, what was disappointing was that, and I told you guys, she often shows her breasts. I mean a lot. Every shirt is low cut. Every video that you look at is low cut. Just go watch. The only time I have found her not in something low cut is when she's at work with her scrubs on. However, she tried to say, and it's true, that the way she dresses doesn't determine who she is in real life. And that's true. I will never shame a woman for dressing in the way that she's comfortable. That's her right. But what I will say is, then don't expect certain dirty men to not be aroused by it, to not want to hang around you because of it. But she was trying to say that she is a little more conservative when it comes to actual sexual activity. Just because she dresses this way does not mean that she's bold and brash and expressive in that way. True. But she is having that conversation in front of her 14-year-old. And so she turns to him. He must say something like, yes, you are. And she's like, no, I'm not. He's like that. And I'm only trying to, like, meet him. I'm not like that. And I'm thinking to myself, why in the world are you having this conversation with a child? Ma'am, you can be open with your children, but certain things are age appropriate. Certain things, certain conversations don't need to be had. And when she can't convince him that she's not promiscuous in that way, and I don't want to use the word promiscuous, is the wrong word, that she's not as expressive in that way, she mutes to go back and forth with him about it. Yeah, Ruru, that is what they call them. But I'm not going to shame a woman who wants to dress for her body type. I'm just not. It doesn't give anybody the right to violate her in any way, to mistreat her in any way. But she also has to acknowledge that it is going to entice a certain population of men and women who will not care that she's conservative in that way. I just want to put it that way. She doesn't have the right to be violated, but there are people who will see that, make assumptions about her, and then violate her when she says no. That's all I'm going to say on that. So, but after this school year, he's going back to school. You're pulling your son out of public school and making him take care of your children was the only option? And clearly you knew this in time to be able to take him out of school this year. We are only, what, almost at October the 1st? Okay. So, then while she was live last night, let's go back to the beginning. She makes it clear that we know that she gets a paycheck for $1,400, and I didn't find that out any other way than she told us. And that the entire $1,400 are going for the apartment and then the utility deposit she has to make. Now, I am happy for her that she's finding a home for her and her children. I don't want children nor herself to live in a car. And I am glad that she actually has a job so that she can afford to do so. But she wants everyone to know that's not enough. So she was praising a gentleman named Brad, who not only paid for her to stay in a hotel for 2 days before she moves in, but he's been lifting her up, making her feel like everything is okay. Brad, are you doing it because you think you might get with her? That you can win her over with the money that you're sending her? Brad, I promise you can't. That's not going to work. But keep on, because then that's preventing some older lady from having to do it. Somebody else who doesn't have the money from going broke behind taking care of her and her kids. So keep on, Brad. Thank you, Brad. So I believe she was at her mother's house, and the littles were asleep, and she wanted us to know that even after she moves in, she's still gonna need help, y'all. She's not done. She's gonna need gas in her car to go back and forth to work. That's reasonable. But because they've been living in the car with a cat, the cat is peeing in the car. So she wants you to buy her cleaning supplies for her car. She wants to get the car washed, which is $25. And that comes with a free vacuum. She also wants you to buy wipes. She wants a vacuum because the rugs from her home are full of dog hair when she had dogs. She needs to wash the cushions on her couch because the dogs would pee on the couch. And then she said that when she gets her tax return, she's going to buy a new mattress because she was the only person who disciplined the dogs so they would pee in her bed. Yeah, never. Never. And then she needs $200 to at least keep her cell phone bill because the total bill that she owes right now is $1,000. But she can't tell you why it's $1,000. What she does know is that it's behind, like she owes money on it. But she doesn't know why it's $1,000. Then she looks it up and she starts reading things off. And when she got to fees were $400 for 1 month is what it sounded like. And I'm like, what could that be? Could it be that you're accepting collect calls from your baby daddy that's locked up? I don't know. I was just trying to think of what kind of fee would pop up 1 month out the blue. But I don't know. I was just speculating. She has to go to orientation on Tuesday. She needs to do her laundry. Again, she needs gas for the car. Then she needs money to go get the U-Haul. And then she says if she gets money, she needs the kids to feed the kids for 48 hours because she doesn't get her food stamps till the 1st. And I had written down earlier, you're not talking about feeding the kids? But that came after everything else. She needs to feed the kids. Oh, and she wants the stuff, and I'm only saying that because that's what she said, to put on the rug before you vacuum it so it smells better. Girl, dog smell is difficult to get rid of. But then let's not forget, she also needs a hotel room because she has to go to court for custody. And it's 3.5 hours away. And that's too much for her to have to get up in the morning and drive. So she wants you to put her in a hotel the night before she goes to court. Are you taking the kids with you? Or are you leaving them in the new place with your son? Which would mean you were leaving them overnight and then all day. And she can't possibly be taking them with her unless she's bringing them to court. Because checkout is 11. So just know that between now and her next paycheck, she might be looking for $1,000. Who knows? But I don't think it's fair that your middle school age child is responsible for taking care of the kids you laid down and had. She's she's a at home she's an in-home care provider. That's what she does. And now she's about to go work for another agency. Her orientation is on Tuesday. Now, don't get me wrong. I appreciate the hustle. At least she recognizes that she needs to work. So I can't beat her up about that. But I don't think, girl, find daycare. And don't get me wrong, daycare is expensive. But is your baby daddy getting out, and that's how you know you can send your son back to school for his first year of high school? Like, she's very specific. And what's very interesting is that she often talks about plans as if she has it worked out, and she hasn't. You worried about cleaning out a car. Girl, feed your kids. She may, Miss Coffee. But what's better than reduced? Free at home. Witchy ways. She doesn't even know for sure if the school district is going to accept the at-home school program she's chosen. Because she said one county told her they wouldn't accept it. And she's like, F that county. Girl, okay. Just because you want to do something doesn't mean that it qualifies. Imagine he does all this work between school and taking care of the kids, and then he can't graduate the 8th grade. And where is he going to graduate? Does he get to walk like the other 8th graders? Let me tell you. You wonder why some children like grow up and they want to go non-contact with their parents. And I'm not suggesting that he will do that. But it's that kind of thing. Where your poor decisions led to my life being harder. And I didn't ask to be born. And I certainly didn't ask for you to have 2 more kids. That's for sure. But we'll be watching. We'll be here for the whole debacle. Let's talk about it. Because we should be getting ready for work soon, no? But she is up here because I want to say this to her and her people. Medina lies. And she lies to get out of whatever situation she's in at the time. She will say anything to get out of the situation. So, the worst thing you can come in here and do is lie. That's the worst thing. So if you recall the other day when she came in here and she was like, she can't go live. And I was like, well, where's Claudia's phone? Go live on Claudia's account. And first she said, I don't want anything to do with, I don't want Claudia to get involved. I'm not asking for Claudia to get involved. Well, are you afraid that the 300-400 people in here might report Claudia's account? Like, is that the fear? But then she said Claudia was at work. Claudia's working. Well, girl, why did you lie? Because yesterday you said She's looking for a job. So which one was it? Don't come in here and lie. Because if I catch you, I'm going to make it worse for you. It's not like I don't have the recording. Correct, Florida girl. And for Medina, who lies literally to get out of any situation, it always is going to catch up fast. It's not even strategic. Her saying, I don't want to get Claudia involved, would have been enough. It would have been enough. I don't want her account involved. But no, you had to add the lie that she was working. And then she has the nerve to show her lunchbox as if that's proof that she has a job. Girl, how many times have you shown us the pants and shoes for a job? Shasky hilarious. How many times? But you have a lunchbox, so what's that supposed to mean? Okay. I'll be watching. Yesterday you wanted to give blood again. And you had errands to do. What I didn't hear, and maybe she did this, but I didn't hear anything about the balloons for her ex. Did anybody hear her talk about how they went out with the balloons and released them? Well, Florida girl, let me say this. If you are modding for scammers and beggars, you are welcome here for one reason and one reason only. I am hoping that you are here and that you're going to watch me go through the 8 beggars that I'm going to talk about today and realize that as their mod, you are helping them lie. You are helping them take advantage of other people. You are helping them get money from innocent people who do not realize that they are being lied and scammed on. Good morning.
Hey, did. Good morning. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am blessed. I am good. I want to address this, and I don't know. I don't know who said it because I'm legally blind and I have to use magnification to see when I do any kind of comment. But let me address this. Yes, I did mod for a scammer. Yes, my daughter did mod for a scammer. Yes, I am embarrassed of the fact that we did this, but let me address why. And I want to thank you for letting me come up and explain. I've
Absolutely.
tried, thank you so much, Digital. I have tried my best to climb and claw, and so has my daughter, my way back into being accepted into a group of people that is doing things to prevent this from happening. Now, when I first started, and it was Chris Mosteller, I'm not going to beat around the bush about it. It was Chris Mosteller. I and my daughter are very, we have big hearts. When I first started watching TikTok was with my husband, who is deceased now.
I'm
He
sorry.
passed away January 12th of 2023. He was a veteran from Vietnam era. Okay? He, oh,
I'm sorry. Take your time.
thank you, Digital. I just hate to keep going through this and people just judge me for association, past associations, and that's not who we are. Um, okay, my husband and I, well, he lost a leg back in 2021. And so it was difficult. It was really difficult. And we started watching TikTok for outdoor things, for cooking things, for trying to, just take his mind and mine off from the thing, from the things that were Scooby, come here, bud. Scooby, from the things that were. Come here. Come on, be good boy. We were trying to just kind of, I guess, escape the reality of the inevitable.
That
He
makes
had
sense.
cancer. He had cancer also. Uh, anyway, we got interested in Chris and Doug when they were doing their camping things, and Chris had the family running around, and we didn't know any better. We were new to TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
And we like to see things like that, like Lone Wolf. He does the thing up in the mountains, and that lady, she's Lady Hawk. We love to see stuff like that. And in the interim, my daughter, she started watching with us. We started watching Chris Mosteller. And Chris, I hope you're watching this because I'm going to address a lot here. We got interested, like I said, in things that I said, the camping, the outdoor stuff, the cooking, the different places we could see. And so my daughter started watching things and started watching Chris and met a really sweet girl who is now gone from Chris. When my daughter left him, most of his mods left him. I'll put it that way. When you are in a situation with a person that portrays themselves as a victim, you get to a point to where when they constantly so-called have proof and they show their proof, but you don't want to think bad about that person. It's kind of like a Stockholm syndrome.
Mm-hmm.
You invest your time and your belief in this person that, oh, they can't be this bad, they can't do this, they're not like this is just them being bullied.
Right.
No, that's not the case. Every single scammer, they know how to play this game. They do. They will. And I know a lot of mods that, or at least one particular lady who was a mod who has broken away from a scammer, and I am not going to bring her name up because she's a precious lady and she deserves everything good in life from the way that person treated her when she was modding for him. And she's precious, I'll say that. I myself couldn't afford to gift Chris. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
every once in a while we'd throw a rose, this, that, or the other, but we did not gift him. Now, I think, and this is, I guess it shouldn't be, we should have been smarter. I'll say that. We should have been smarter. We should have listened. But I have met amazing people since we have made that break. When the thing that happened with his dog, He went on vacation. He was going to be gone for 3 weeks and left his dog tied up,
Oh
tethered
wow.
to a tree. The dog didn't survive. It didn't even survive 2 days.
Wow.
My daughter addressed this way because he always had an excuse because the neighbor had watched the dog. The neighbor didn't even live. I mean, yes, it was his next door neighbor. No, that's not a way to treat an animal. You don't run off. You make sure that that animal is going to be. We're huge animal lovers. You make sure that animal has safety, has water, has food, and is not going to be left to fend for itself. And every once in a while, the neighbor checks on it. And then you don't, if something, God forbid, happens to that animal, you don't sit your rear end in Myrtle Beach on a vacation and make up a story that your dog, some of the trolls, hung your dog. That's ridiculous. That doesn't even make sense because everybody in the awareness and most of the people on this app love animals. They would never do such of a thing. Never, ever. And so my daughter addressed this fact. She addressed the fact that she no longer could continue to support him. And by support, I mean just be a mod, not monetarily, but be a mod. We could not do that anymore. And this was after he was blowing her phone up, wanting to know why we hadn't contacted him, why we weren't in the lives anymore, and this, that, and the other. Well, guess what? We finally pushed the Kool-Aid away and took the rose-colored glasses off and saw what he truly was and what he truly is, and that's that. So, do you know his response when Megan texted him that? Okay,
No. Wait,
have a good
hold on.
life.
Florida girl, hold on 1 second.
Okay, honey.
Um, because I don't want to take too much more time. I want you to know that you are exactly the people we're trying to reach. The people who are modding, who think, like you said, that people are just being mean, people are just being bullies, and we're trolls and we're lying about them. So I want you to know that you are welcome here.
Thank you, Digital. That's all
Okay?
I want. I just don't want to be continually associated with my past.
Right. Somebody made a
So
suggestion, and I'm not saying that you need to, but somebody said maybe you should change your name because in that way your name isn't always associated with them every time they see you. But that's your choice.
that might be a good idea. That truly might be a good idea
Yes, that might be a good
because
idea.
to the people that think, and I'm sorry, I apologize for interrupting your live,
No,
but
that's
when some
okay.
I just wanted to address that and try to put it to rest,
Right.
uh, because it's easy to slip and fall into situations like that, and you get in so deep you can't see the forest for the trees. You
Correct.
don't want to listen to anybody. You think that the person that you have invested your time and you know efforts to be a friend to wouldn't be a bad person, and unfortunately we right. But anyway, I thank you for what you're doing, and
Oh, thank you.
uh, I'll drop down now, and I appreciate you, Digital, and what you're doing. Thank
Well,
you.
thank you for coming up. Thank you for sharing your side of the story, and maybe consider changing your name.
I will definitely do that.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Digital. You have a blessed day.
You too. Good morning, Disturbed One. Wait a minute, let me see if there's still people that want to look. I'm sorry, y'all, but sometimes I like to hear what people have to say. Yes, the hills have eyes everywhere. And we have eyes everywhere. And it was brave of her to come up and share her side of the story. And her coming when people are active, in terms of enabling and modding and stuff, yeah, I get it. I don't want you here. Well, it's not that I don't want you here, but if your whole point in being here is just to get intel and go back, well, a part of me doesn't care about that either. If I allow scammers to be in here and listen, I certainly have to allow mods and enablers to be in here and listen. And hopefully, while they're here, they learn a thing or two. They stick around for a tick or two. Right, Princess. That was a prime example of preying on the elderly. 110%. Okay. So, Medina, we'll be watching. Okay? We'll be waiting to see if you go to work. But going to work day one, day two, day three, I'm here for it. Let's see if you keep it. Because there's a lot of mods that'll get a job for 5 minutes. And then they'll be like, I mean, what did I say, mods? A lot of scammers. But let's see if you keep it. That's what I'm waiting for. Or are you going to get it, get fired, quit, try to say people sent letters or calls, and then be like, see, I tried. You said you weren't going to ask for any money. But then, lo and behold, the scammer playbook, now they are battling. They are, Princess. That's why I love my mods. You guys do a fantastic job. 3 days a week for 3, sometimes 4 hours. I appreciate you guys. They are an extension. They are what keeps the chat. They keep the live going. They block and mute the truth for the scammers. So I definitely hold you accountable. 110%. I do have the best ones. So now you're battling Scammer Playbook 101. When you get so much heat for just begging for money, you then go and battle. As if that is not begging for money. And she actually leaned over and said, do you guys want to battle? Because we can battle later. Absolutely, Daisy May. I saw somebody do a post, and it was funny. It was somebody singing about how they weren't sending anybody money for Christmas. It cracked me up. Good morning. The other thing is, like, oh no, I'm sorry. To add to the insult, you want to battle Claudia. What? So you're going to battle your woman, and no matter which one of you win, you win. Hey, scammer alert. I saw her in your girl in church. That wasn't her feeling the Holy Ghost. She was feeling something, but that wasn't the Holy Ghost. I know a little bit, and I said it. I called it before it happened. I said, I promise she's going to start battling her daughter. Y'all remember that? She's going to start battling her daughter, and they get to keep the money in the house. Right, Lewis. Be for real. But they always feel like they don't look how they look. Ask Kat. Is she on the list today? I don't even know. Let's see. Uh-oh, I done gone too far. No, I don't even have her on the list today. But her sitting in the closet on the floor, fading in and out, and people are like, "Are you okay? What do you need? What?" Might as well talk about the other one. This one going back and forth between the two accounts. You are begging for the hotel money at 1 in the morning. She blocked you the other day. Consider it an honor. I've been blocked so many times. Oh, Georgie, I hope you feel better. I know having broken ribs is no joke because every time you breathe, you feel it. Jordan, you want me to believe that the hotel lets you pay whenever? And my other question is, haven't we gotten to the 30 days yet? Oh, Joanne, she's not doing that, baby. And you want me to believe that you're working all day and playing video games all night? Well, little bit, she keeps extending it. But by the end of this week, the 30 days been up. And then I'm going to ask you, you got a quote unquote paycheck either between Wednesday night and Friday, and your car still isn't on? She actually had a nerve to cry and say, "I'm telling the truth. I don't have to lie." Girl, you know what? I don't even doubt that you do need money for the hotel because I don't think you're working anymore. But you're using your money for something far more insidious than a hotel room and your car payment. Because you shouldn't be, you are either behind on the car or behind on the hotel. But for somebody working full time, you shouldn't be behind on both. You weren't willing to give that woman rent money because you had to pay for your car, and now you want me to believe that you're just letting the payment go? You're just letting the price go. Exactly, Mama Bear. It is knowing where she lives. TikTok wants their car back. Listen, as many times as they've paid for it, Stephanie, I don't know how they would know that without doing things that might not be kosher. But regardless, we know it's behind because she said so and said that it's off. Really? Happy baby, how was yesterday? Good. Except I had to end my live because Mr. decided he wanted to go live, and so I gotta go to work. But anyway, and I'm upset that my team tied last night. I wanted them to just win. I don't know that I like this new way of doing things where they give everybody one shot and then it's over. But what can I do? Let's talk about it. Sorry, Kira. Please, everybody, like the live until you feel the heart's tale. Now, you know what I'm going to say, right? We are how many days from the first? We are how many days from the first? Because rent is coming due. What do they say? Tapping is clapping. Anyway, she hasn't been off for a few days. And of course, she would like the people in her chat to believe it's because she had to just take a few days to herself. For what? You've been laying in the bed for a month. And I'm exaggerating. I don't know how long she's been laying in the bed. What did you need a break from? You don't go live every day, all day. No, I surmise that we spent some time with the boyfriend, like I said, was going to happen. She got dressed up and got pretty and then had a nerve to tell her chat she was going to a doctor's appointment. Do y'all not listen? Or do you just not care? You just are going to accept whatever she has, whatever she says without any curiosity, without not remembering that the day before she was crying because her boyfriend couldn't come to her house, and it was, what was it? Her 2-month anniversary from the same man that stole money from her. Right. That makeup was flawless, according to her. And she kept saying, does this look right, guys? Does this look right? Who are you trying to impress at the doctor's office? Ma'am? Mind you, we didn't say anything about the car needing tires on that day. My mother used to too back in the day. She thought if she was going somewhere, she needed to look good regardless. But that's not Jalen. Let's be serious. We're talking about a scammer. We're talking about a scammer. There was no mention of needing the car to get fixed, but yet we were going to the doctor. How were we getting there? How were we getting there? And let me say something about her calling her daughter slow. She had one of her daughters there with her yesterday. Slow where? Slow where? And let me address something else. I'm sorry, I'm all over the place because this pissed me off. So, of course, she had to bring up the things that would make her cry. And I was like, the rent is due. But anyway, she talked about how she didn't finish the 8th grade. I am sorry that whatever was going on in your life, that you weren't able to finish school. But how many years have you been an adult that you could have gone and gotten your GED? You don't work. So what are you doing? But I think she likes to be able to say that to make her story sound worse. And I'll tell you why. My parents were from the South. And they had large families. They were a part of large families. So when you got to a certain age, you had to go to work. School wasn't nearly as important as being able to help provide for the family. Neither one of my parents graduated high school. Did my parents allow that to stop them, though? No. When my dad retired, and both of my parents retired, he was the manager of an incredibly popular baking company, a conglomerate, if you will. My mother didn't have ambition to be a manager, but if she did, she probably could have been. They didn't come home every night and cry about what they couldn't do or what they didn't do. They worked hard to take care of their family regardless. So while you are trying to cry about what you haven't accomplished in life, girl, you can go get your GED right now. Carrie, so many of our parents didn't get to finish because they were brought up in an age where you had to just know how to learn to read, write, and do arithmetic, because that's what they used to call it back in the day. It wasn't math. They didn't care about physics and algebra and arithmetic. Can you count to 100? That's enough. So for you to sit there and act like that prevents you from being able to do things, I beg to differ. Because it didn't stop you from knowing how to scam. I'm so happy your mother got her diploma. Look, there's like 80-year-old people getting their college degree. Some of them had to get their GED first to go to college. Luna Louise, I'm sorry, but that's what I mean. So many people have stories of something happening during their school age years that prevent them from fulfilling it. And yet, they manage to get married, have children, raise those children. And guess what? Most of them made education important for their children because they couldn't. But in 2025, you want to cry about it. Now, I am sorry that she lost her family. I am sorry that it happened in front of her son. I'm sorry that her boyfriend on Valentine's Day went to go see a girlfriend and was unalived in a car accident. That is all devastating, right? But I could tell y'all a story. She was molested as a child by family. She was teased mercilessly about things she had no control over. She was pursued by a grown man her entire 4 years of high school. He was a groomer for sure, but she didn't know that. She was just excited that there was somebody who was interested in her because she had been teased for so long. She ended up having a baby. She got married and divorced in a year because he didn't really love her. He just wanted to conquer her. And 6 years later, she was a widow. And then she married somebody that she thought would be a good match because he claimed to be a Christian, and he treated her worse than the two non-Christians she was married to. And then her life imploded. And she lost everything. And now, here not too long ago, both of her parents passed away. And I'm still not a scammer. And I'm still not a scammer. Now, I could have gone through each of those things and brought you to the depth of why all of those things were painful. How all of those things shape me today. But you know how people say, I made it despite? Oh, thank you. I made it despite all of my troubles. I made it here because of them. I embrace them all because I am who I am because of all of the things I've been through. Oh, please don't cry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make anybody else cry. These people act like they're the first person in history to go through what they're going through. And you know what I remind myself? I'm going through X, Y, and Z, but there is someone going through something far worse than me. I could get on here every day and talk about how poor my life is and how much I need your support because I'm struggling. I told you that since both of my parents passed, I feel like an orphan. I know I'm not, but that's what it feels like because the people who have loved me the longest are no longer here. The people I could always rely on regardless are no longer here. I feel alone in the world when it comes to that familial relationship. I don't come in on here and cry about it to y'all. So when I hear someone use what has happened over and over and over and over again to make other people feel sorry for them, it pisses me off. Thank you guys. Thank you. Y'all being here inspires me. Y'all know that. So it's whatever time in the afternoon and she's doing her skincare. And you know what gets me, oh, you're so beautiful. You're so beautiful. You're so beautiful. Okay. Oh, I wrote it down. It was 5:30 my time. It might have been 4:30 her time. And she's taking a few days off. Girl, we know where you were. She told us she takes 10 meds a day. You're not the only one. And then she said, I've had the time to reflect on everything that's going on in my life. What's going on in your life? You live in a place, you get 3 checks a month. When you don't have the money, the people who adore you send it to you. They helped you get a car. They've repaired the car. You have the third boyfriend since you've been in this house. You have your dogs and you found your cat. What were you thinking about? Because, of course, she doesn't tell you. She leaves it hanging out there so that you can imagine. And she's only eating one PB&J a day. You know why I think she's doing that? Because she's lost weight. It's not because she doesn't have an appetite. Because boy, were we different just a couple of days ago. But because she's lost a lot of weight just eating one PB&J, that's all she wants to eat now. And that's when I started to hear her daughter. And I was like, that don't sound slow. Now, if you need to keep saying that to keep up the facade so they continue to get a check, okay. But stop telling the people in the chat they're slow, because she didn't sound slow at all. And just like the other one, she's clearly got a TikTok or in your TikTok, because she knew who was who, what was happening, what happened 3 days ago. And when you went to go see your boyfriend, did you take the kids or did you leave them home? Then she made this statement. Wait, I'm sorry. Let me go back. Somebody asked her a question and she said, I'm not going to explain nothing on here because it's my business. Is that really what you do? Because every time you need money, we know your business. You just told the story of your boyfriend leaving you to go see his other girlfriend, and that's how he was unalived. She claims that one of his friends reached out to her and told her it was her fault. How many years has it been? And now randomly a friend would reach out to you and say it was your fault because you should have stopped him from going? Oh, she blew through it. Someone asked her about relapsing, and she said, if I had relapsed, I wouldn't be in my home. Where would you be? Melanie, I don't even know the story. She ran him off on live. Really? That might be why his friends think that it was your fault. Where would you be if you had relapsed? Where you gonna be? Your car don't work? Where you going? The other thing is, the moment she gets mad at somebody, she curses them out. As if cursing somebody out over the internet means anything. But where is all of this strong heat when it comes to you taking care of your life? Where is all of this strength when it's time for you to figure out how to take care of your girls, but you don't know nothing about food stamps, and you don't know how to sign up for them? Be for real. Either be strong or be weak. Lori, if she's been on Social Security, that means she's probably on Medicare and Medicaid. She could have been had teeth. Correct. Everybody knows how to sign up for it. And guess what? If you don't, it is a simple Google search. And yet again, we're doing all of this in front of our kid. Are you teaching your kid how to do it? Listen, I remember the coupon book. I remember the coupon book. And I had to do it again when it was the gray card. And me and my friend used to call it our platinum card. I'd be like, I'm going to the grocery store with my platinum card. I'm popping my collar. What? I wish I could get some food stamps now. Are you kidding me? Man, we would go to the store and they were like, how you going to play with my platinum card? Girl, well, y'all know we'll be waiting. We'll be waiting and watching. Yeah, the people who really need it can't seem to get it, and the people who get it, you be looking at them like, But when I needed it, I got it. I can't say that it actually did everything, but I was sure happy to have it. Mystic, they have. Did y'all see last night that All for One was in a scammers live and All for One was just saying stuff and he was just sitting there and I was like, oh, he's doing, you talking about doing something for clout. Okay, Mystic, I'll write it down because if I don't, it's going to get lost. By the way, I realized yesterday that if we weren't friends when you sent me the message, it often goes into this other bucket. I did some TikTok offered me something and I did it without knowing what I was doing and now it pushes it promotes certain messages and not others. So please bear with me. Y'all gotta understand. I want y'all to think about this. I went live Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I also had to watch the scammers so I could come live. Then I did Dad, and I had to do the research for that. And then we did the live. And then I had to watch scammers, do the sub live last night, and then be ready for 6:30 this morning. So it does take me time to get to messages. Please, please, please. And then I have to be a mod for Mister. On top of everything else. So please, please, please have patience for me. I'm begging you. It's a lot. I get a lot of messages. Who's next? Oh, Timothy. So when he came on early, he talks about it being a shit show. It absolutely is. So he need a $15 tarp and sleeping bags. And of course, he mentions at some point that he's going to need a tent because a critter broke the zipper and popped his mattress, his blow up mattress. Did they do it while you were in there? A little bit. It's probably been more tense than 6. And then he talked about how he didn't want an air mattress because it keeps popping. He'd rather get sleeping bags. But he did get to eat on Saturday. With 2 Whoppers and a fry. We're taking care of that. And if you could take care of cancer by eating Burger King or McDonald's or Wendy's, we wouldn't have any cancer patients. But okay. He starts a part-time job today, y'all. Right, Granny. Right. So we'll see if he's working. Mind you, and I meant to say this the other day. He is always shaved. I shouldn't say always. He regularly gets to shave. My question is where? Oh, Marissa, he did show it. He did show it the other day. Let me just jump forward because you said that. So the other day, was it Thursday or Friday? He showed putting up the tent and the air mattress because he showed himself going to a business, plugging into their wall, and blowing up the air mattress, which means he had an electrical pump. Okay? Guess what he said last night? He said now he wants the air mattress. But as he described how much it would cost, he said he needed a manual pump. Why do you need a pump every time you buy an air mattress? You've had 4 or 5. And each time you say you need a pump. But why do you need a manual pump when we just saw you use an electrical one on Thursday or Friday? Again, do the people who watch him not listen? Do they not watch Miss May? But even if he sold the electrical one, you've had how many air mattresses that you buy a pump for every single time? And then at one point he was like, I guess I could blow it, myself. You don't need to. We just heard you use something that you plugged into the wall at a business. And I remember thinking, for somebody who's concerned about catching a 3rd-degree felony for living in a tent, you are awfully close to businesses. Awfully close. Oh, he said that All for One got mad at him because he wouldn't do a collaboration. Sir, All for One doesn't need you to do a collaboration. He was telling you to go to the link tree. Right, Tooth Fairy. He's nowhere near anything, and yet he can walk everywhere. So let's go back. So he's gonna buy the tarp. And of course he's gonna show us. He's gonna take us with him when he goes to get it. Now, because I like to write things down so I can be as accurate as possible, he at one point said, I'm at $28. And then he got more money. So that I know that when he walked away, he had over $30. And I don't know why he has to leave the live to check the amount. I know every app that I have, it will send me a message. Or at least an alert at the top of the page. Right? No. What he said, which informed me, was that one of those times he ended, he called a friend. And if y'all remember, he has a little friend that looks just like a little drug dealer. A rug dealer. I'm not even kidding. Every time I see him, that's what I think. You're his dealer. The way you act is like, why are you around him? Why are you around him? He doesn't even look like somebody you would take to the car wash. Why is he with you? Always in the car. Remember the time that he was sitting outside of Burger King begging for money and the guy came out and was sitting next to him and then he said, I'll see you inside? Why is he waiting around for you, Tim, while you beg for money? And Tim has a video up where he's in his car. Natasha, soberware. So he said he has a friend coming. Why was he coming? I believe 100% that when he got the certain amount of money, he ended to call to say, I got the money. And then, of course, he blames awareness groups. What groups? Name them. Name them. I'm sick of this. I talk about you specifically, but you get to lump all of us together. We are not all the same. Then he talked about how we shouldn't believe his sister. Why should we believe you and not your sister? What is so great about you that you are any better than your sister? He talked about how one of his sisters named her daughter Kiwi Strawberry after her favorite drink. And that one of his sisters became an adult film star as the whole that they knew she would be. But how hypocritical that you want us to forget your past. Your past is your past and we should leave it there. But yet, you get to talk about your family for the things they've done in the past. Make it make sense, Timothy. So your past should be bypassed, but their past should be relevant to how we feel about them now? Well, let's apply the same to you. Please. So he comes back at around 4:15 to show the tarp because of course he didn't take us with him to buy it. Nope. He didn't take it with him to buy it. Take us with him. Because even when he takes us to the store, when it's time to purchase, he always ends the live. So you don't really take us. You might take us in the store. You may even take us around while you pick things up. But you never take us to pay for it. Why? Because even if he buys it, he doesn't want us to know how much it actually costs. But he comes on and he very quickly shows something in plastic. And he claims, even let's remember, he had $30 at the very least. He says it cost more than he expected. So while I couldn't sleep last night, I looked up Walmart tarps. Yes, there are some that are extremely. I saw a tarp that was like $50, $60. And I was like, that must be a tarp that can cover an entire house. Or at least the roof. And down here, you see a lot of tarps on roofs that got affected by a hurricane or a really bad storm. So I can imagine those being very expensive. But a tarp over a tent, and you said it was the smallest one. I saw some for $10 or less. But let me just tell you something about the package that he showed. And he showed it so quickly I couldn't capture it. That wasn't packaging from Walmart. And if you want to know, if you want to see, Nookie has the live posted. Go watch it. It's from yesterday at 4:15. Go watch it. you'll see the tarp. It looks like it came with something else, and it was like what do they call that? You know when they put something in the bag and they squeeze all of the air out of it? It almost looks like he got the tarp from like another agency that was giving things out. Compressed. Yep, vacuum sealed. That's not how tarps come at Walmart. And you could also tell because usually when you buy something specific, it has packaging on the front. It lets you know what it is and what the size is. He only showed us the back. Vacuum sealed. Exactly right. Why you didn't show us the front of the tarp so that we could at least know the size? We could know the brand. And he didn't keep it up long. Believe me. Nookie is Nookie 51, I think. I can't quite remember. I just type in Nookie. And because I've seen other things and I follow it, it brings it up for me. He's in Tennessee. He claims he's near a border, but I don't believe nothing that he says. Oh, yep, Nookie 5150. 50? I thought it was 5150. But it cost you more than you expected? He tried to say the tarp cost $25. What? And you went and purchased it? You purchased a $25 tent, but not food. I mean, not a tent, a tarp. But you didn't get yourself any food? But then he makes it worse. Because he's asking for more money. Because he wants an air mattress and a pump. And he needs food. So even though he had 30 earlier, now he needs another 25. And that's when he said he needed the air mattress and the pump. And I was like, you need a pump? Wait a minute. And he said a manual pump at that. But then, mysterious. So then people were like, well, what did you do with the rest of the money? Because if you were there like I was there, you know that he got at least $30. He said, of course he said Cash App took some of it. Why would Cash App take any of it? Why would Cash App take any of it? Unless you transferred money from one account to the other. And yes, then they charge you. But anyway, he said that he took the rest of the money and he got a bus ticket to a truck stop. Listen to me very carefully. He got a bus ticket to a truck stop so that he could take a free shower and do his laundry for free. Wasn't he asking for money the other day to do his laundry because he went to his friend's house and wasn't able to do the laundry? Now you found some place where you could do it for free? And when people were telling him that if he went to an agency, they had clothes and food and everything else, and he was like, but I'd have to have the money for a bus ticket. He made it sound like it was impossible. But now you got a bus ticket? Right, Mama Bear. I know you did. You got blocked from asking him if he takes the shower at Planet Fitness. It sounds more like he probably went and got a shower at Planet Fitness, and that's why he's always able to do his beard and cut his hair off. What he doesn't expect is that there's somebody like me who has the mind of a steel trap for scammers, and then I write it down. Mandy, of course they don't. Why would they? But if you have a membership to Planet Fitness, which, Miss May, is that what you're paying for? So that he could take a shower? Because then if he's able to take showers at Planet Fitness, why does he stink? He can go in there every day. Absolutely. And now she's in other scammers' lives? For what? Are you trying to build so that you can start going live? Are you going to beg? Like, why are you running around in scammers' lives if it's about you being concerned about Tim? What did she say? Well, I'm just concerned we've been there and I'm going to make sure that he eats. Okay, so then why are you following other scammers? Why are you in there being nice to them, trying to, move close? And I have to say that when they said that having a senior moment has blocked her, I can now go back in and have a good time. Because I'm sorry. You want to be friends with Miss May? Have that. You'll have Miss May and not me. He has a membership at Planet Fitness. Remember the story that when Planet Fitness found out about his tent fire, they gave him a free membership? And I looked up for a tent fire in Tennessee. Because how else would Planet Fitness know about a tent fire unless it made it to the news? Again, they lie about everything. Everything. And what they anticipate is that nobody's paying close enough attention. Well, if you make it on my grid, you better believe I've been paying very, very close attention. I listen to everything. I write it as you speak. I don't make some summary a week later. Right. They got him a phone and shoes. And then, you know where he does the video that how could he think he would ever be loved? He tried to make that about the rest of TikTok and not about the girlfriend. Sir, you weren't crying and making that video about TikTok. You and Ellie had a falling out of some kind. Lewis, we don't even talk about that's the old Tim. We don't even talk about that no more. But again, we got to forgive his past and the lies he's told, but he can drag his sisters for their past. And there are worse names than Kiwi Strawberry. I'm sorry. Worse names. No, Mama Bear. Somebody find that and send it to me. Yep, his part-time job. Hey, little bit.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning.
So, a quick little thing on Mr. Tim here. First of all, I wanted to know, and I asked several times in one of his lives, is I want to know why he's using a smoothing filter all of a sudden. That's one thing. Because yesterday, it was bad. It was bad. But last night, also, I don't know if you caught it or not, but last night he was on live and he was in Walmart again. Supposedly one of his buddies had him go into Walmart and do some shopping for him.
What?
Yeah. And his buddy is the one he gave that gave him the money so he could eat at Burger King earlier that day, which was 2 double Whoppers and
Fries.
fries and a drink. And
That must have been Saturday night. Was it Saturday night or was it last night?
no, this was yesterday. This
Oh
was
wow.
yesterday. Yeah, his lunch yesterday he ate 2 double Whoppers, a large fry and a large drink. And then he had later on he had gone into Walmart for this buddy because he said that if his buddy told him, if you go in and do my shopping for me, then I'll buy you food. And so supposedly that's what he was paying back the double Whoppers for. And he went in and he was saying, that his buddy wanted a body pillow, but then he was like, well, if I can get a 2 pillow pack because I need a pillow, then I'll get a pillow. And I kid you not, I could be wrong, and if I'm wrong, I am so sorry, but he had set the phone down at one point and it looked like he stuffed something up his shirt.
Let me tell you something. When somebody sends you in for money, you're a booster. As soon as you
Mhm.
started saying it, I was like, oh, he was boosting for his friend.
Mhm. Yeah. And
Absolutely. He's a booster.
exactly. And he was acting a fool in Walmart. I was like, dude, you are in a store. Contain yourself. Because he was cussing a storm, throwing the F bomb. And I'm like, you're in a store. There's
Wow.
other people in that store. But and then later on, a little bit later on, he was back online begging for more money because he needed to eat dinner. He's
What?
going to start, yeah, he's going to start his part-time job tomorrow, which is today, but I need to eat. I need to eat tonight. I have to eat tonight. I said, you got to be kidding me.
No, he's not eating. He might
Mhm.
be ingesting something,
Yeah, he's
but it's not
ingesting.
food.
But I don't know, this is something I had wanted to bring up and I don't know about if anybody else had caught on to it, but his girlfriend, okay. Her name is what? Ellie?
Yeah.
Something like, okay. So,
L, something like that.
yeah. So back when she was at with him at his little quote unquote campsite home, whatever you want to call it, when he had spent 600 and something dollars for this
Yeah.
car trailer hauler.
Uh huh.
I mean, come on. So, anyways, when she was there with him, um, everything was good. Everything was good. And then the next day or that night, she was supposed to stay the night, but she ended up going back. Now, he keeps telling because everybody keeps asking him, well, how come you don't just stay with her?
Right.
And he keeps saying, I can't stay with her. Where she's at, I can't stay with her. But he slipped up and he said, what he told her was, what he said when was, yeah, she'll probably come back and stay the night once she gets cleared. Because she hasn't been medically cleared to leave yet.
Yes. I heard
Um,
that. Oh, he's live right now. Go see
yeah,
what he's at. Let's go see if he's asking for something because he's supposed to go to his part-time job today. Please, somebody go over there and find out. Go ahead. I'm sorry a little bit.
no, but he said that she can't. That once she gets medically cleared, then she'll be able to come. Then she'll be leaving and comes. Okay, so what kind of? You're telling me she is in a facility where she has not been cleared medically yet? So then why was she at your little campsite?
Correct.
Why
I
was
heard
she
him say
there?
something about um I heard him say something about medical and that's why he couldn't stay with her. I didn't hear
Mm-hmm.
him say I'm sorry, I didn't hear him say anything about her getting cleared, but I do
Mm-hmm.
know he said she was in some sort of medical facility and that's
Mm-hmm.
why he couldn't stay there. And I'm
Yep.
like, what kind of medical facility, sir?
Yep.
What kind of is
And
she there for the same reasons why you is she out here with you? Because I have always felt like that young beautiful girl is
yep.
only out there for one reason and one reason only.
He said he told the chat when they were asking about it. He told the chat. He said, "Oh, what's wrong with it? What's wrong with with wanting somebody that would." take care of you, that would provide for you. What's wrong with having somebody that will open the car door for you? What car door are you opening?
Right.
You can't even find an Uber. You can't even find it. You can't find even a car door at a junkyard to open. Come on.
Right. Hey,
It,
Mama Bear.
he's just all of this stuff that he's saying is just completely insane. And like everybody says, once you lie, and you if you don't lie, then you don't have to try to cover up.
Correct.
But
And when
all
you
these
lie as much as he does, I don't believe the stuff that even makes sense.
is he's slipping up. He's slipping up way too much.
Yeah,
Way,
he
way,
is.
way too much. So yeah,
Go ahead,
these
Mama
things
Bear.
these things though were crazy.
Yeah, just before I get ready, to start work, I shared it to your DMs, but I do have it on my page. I shared it. He
Okay.
admitted to lying about the cancer and all that stuff when he was on Rose.
What?
Wow.
Yeah, anybody that follows me, because I'm private right now,
Oh,
just send a friend request. I will accept it. I think it's my fifth video shared. He admits
I need to
about
find that.
lying with the cancer and all that stuff in a live that was actually restreamed.
I am going
Wow.
to request Mama Bear because I need that video.
Wow.
Mm-mm-mm.
Thank you. And I want you to have a wonderful day, okay?
Thank you. I'm going to try. I'm still in training for another 4 weeks, but
That's
I'm doing good.
okay. That's okay.
All right. Have a good day.
All right. He says he's
He's
going in at 1 p.m. to do paperwork, but he's hungry.
Lord. He ate yesterday, saying he hasn't eaten since Saturday. He ate yesterday.
But this is the thing.
Oh,
This is the thing. He's gone 3, 4, 5 days without eating. So suddenly he needs food to go to work. Remember, guess what else I haven't heard about? I
his
haven't heard
meds.
a, correct. I haven't heard a
Yep.
single
I
thing
was
about meds.
I was just about to say that. He has not asked for a single dime to get any of his medication lately. So why?
He's such a liar.
Mm-mm-mm.
He's such a liar.
He can't ask for meds because he said he just paid $325. Where did he get $325?
Oh, from the last check he got that he was shorted because he claims he went to the
Ugh.
pharmacy and brought the meds. I was there for that.
Wow. Interesting. Okay, well, I guess I have another fun day in store for, watching these people, but I will go ahead
Yes.
and drop down so you can continue on.
Okay. Thank
Thank you,
you.
ma'am.
Yeah, he's on begging now. He needs to eat before he goes to work at 1 o'clock. I believe it when I see it because I don't believe it. So I always say we might finish early, knowing good and well I'm going to talk for 20 more minutes. He's walking around looking. Okay, Timothy. Let's talk about the other Timothy. Isn't it cute that as soon as he needed to come back and beg for money, he lost his job? Isn't that cute? And my question, when he was live the first time in the car, is where was Angela? Because once yet again, People were paying for her to be comfortable in a hotel room, but she didn't have the decency to be there to say thankful. I mean, to say thank you. So he needed 90, but little by little it came down. He said, "It's not hard to feel defeated when things keep happening. I can't take it." He acts like somebody doxed his work. Sir, your wife told us. You told us. Angela's not going anywhere. Angela's not taking care of herself. Are you kidding me? She isn't going a single place. He's been making it so that she doesn't have to work or worry about anything for years. Where's she going? He claims he got fired because someone wrote another letter saying that they were going to come in the store and pew pew everybody if he was in it. But this is after the company gave you a 10-day furlough so you could get your head on straight. Mind you, while you were not working, you had a hotel room. You had a hotel room while you weren't working. So why don't you have it now? Correct, Jane Doe. I said that, didn't I? Didn't I call that? Didn't I say he's going to work long enough so that he could say, "See guys, see guys, see guys, I'm working," just like McDonald's. Just like McDonald's. And then he would lose the job. So I got a very lengthy DM. And it's a woman that works for HUD. And she has some very interesting things to say. She said, first of all, they would only qualify for a 1-bedroom. But he keeps saying that he was put out because of a woman and her child. Well, she said that's not possible because HUD wouldn't give a woman with a child a 1-bedroom. And that's true. I hadn't even thought of that. So he's lying. She had some other things to say, which I'm going to put together for you guys. But I just wanted to share that part of it. There's no way he got passed over for a 1-bedroom for a woman with a child. That's not how it works. Charlie's mom, we've been doing Maggie Foster for a long time. Welcome to the grid. You just got to stick around. I go live Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 6:30 a.m. to around 9:30 p.m. Here, let me just, since you just came in, let me show you today's grid. This is today's grid. She happens to not be on it today, but she's regularly on it. These are just the people I chose for today. But she's on it all the time. He told us that he showed them all of his payment apps. Oh yeah, AM, not PM. Sorry. I'm tired, y'all. I slept 3 hours last night. Then he had a nerve to say that he hasn't needed to come on here and ask for any help, that he just needed help here and there. Sir, I did do Carrie already. I've reported her to the feds. Yes, he is. He's asking for money. Y'all know if I see somebody go live, I'll let y'all know because I want somebody to go see it. Sir, do you think we don't know that you were having people pay for your hotel rooms for the 3 weeks that you weren't live? You didn't come here and ask for help because you were getting it behind the scenes. Oh, there's a change.org on her. Hopefully she won't have any more seafood boils because I didn't enjoy watching her eat that. Now, let me say this. I've said it before and I'm going to say it again. If we want them to stop begging, then why would we call a job? That's for A. For B, if you're doing it because you're afraid that you don't have anybody to talk about, I talk about 9 people. And that's because I've left people off the list. There will always be somebody to talk about. Oh, Cindy, Steve Crick has gone MIA. They both get $291 a piece. Wow. Oh, thank you, Charlie's mom. You are welcome here anytime. You're tired of your life, but here we are again. Here we are again. And then you have a nerve to tell everybody that you and your wife are thinking about moving out of town. Do you not know how to not open your pie hole? Right, now that he doesn't have to work, Steve Crick can come back. Do you not know how to close your mouth? I swear to you, he wants everybody to know because he wants to be doxxed. He wants people to say where he is, so he has more excuse after excuse after excuse. Why did we need to know that you and your wife plan on leaving town? Were you able to get the car fixed? Because before you couldn't leave town because of the car. So did your little checky check fix the car? Because we know you got it registered in somebody else's name, thanks to your best friend. Sapuki, we know all about the papers. We know all about the papers. He got $90 in almost 30 minutes. It was more like an hour, but he had most of it within 30 minutes. This is why he continues to tell the story over and over again about what happened. But my question is this: have you looked for another job in all this time? Has your wife looked for a job? Where's the computer she got so she could work from home? And then, of course, we needed to know that he hadn't had breakfast yet. But he also wanted to know that he needs more than the money for the room because he needs money for gas. What did you do with your paychecks? Because we know you barely gave anything to the women you owe money to. You made the minimum payment possible. It's not just the food stamp benefits. And another reason why they're not leaving, at least not leaving the county, because they claim that they're at the top of the housing list. So where are they going? Right, Ashley. Because he was afraid that he was going to be taken to court for it. And the fees for having to go to court would be far worse. Yes, they are on the housing list to get housing. Housing doesn't is not going to care about evictions and stuff. I mean, they will, don't get me wrong, but it won't prevent you from ever getting an apartment. So you're not leaving the county. So why even bother talking about leaving town? You won't be going far. But of course, we need to know that that was your unspoken plan. Suddenly it became spoken. Isn't that amazing? And then he talks about how he's only human. The people who you owe money to, were they not human? And then I had a nerve for somebody to say, when I give them money, it's not a loan. Bitch, so what? Just because it's not a loan from you doesn't mean it wasn't a loan from anybody else. She was like, he needs help, not a loan. Then give him your whole check. Give him your whole check. And then he don't have to take it from anybody else since you want to give him your money. As if that's supposed to move anybody else. So Pookie, of course. But of course he uses the Lord. The Lord. Right. Let them move in with you and take care of them. I promise by the end you'll be kicking them out. What happened with what is her name now? Christina Nicole and her man. When they moved into that really nice lady's house who she had great things to say about until she moved in. And they started driving that woman crazy. And now, of course, Christina made it look like the woman was crazy by staying calm. Of course she stayed calm. It was her life. I can see the manipulation. Oh, thank you, Shannon. I don't know that he lied about all the letters. But I don't know that they were all true either. You got harassed for $20 this weekend. Um, Please explain to me why she's not blocked. I don't. Once you reach out to me in a way that I don't want it, guess what I'm gonna do? Delete block. You're gone. You can't harass me. Charlie's mom, because they need to feel connected. Sometimes when people feel like society has abandoned them, that they find a connection with people who also feel abandoned. You know, he also uses the Lord. And so people who are religious, and I said this the other day, the reason why they use the Lord isn't because they are actually following in Jesus Christ's footsteps. They're using it because in most religions, you are told to be kind to others, to help others if you can. That is why they use religion. And it doesn't matter which religion they use. Most religions talk about helping your fellow man, especially someone who is of the same faith. And he uses it perfectly. Oh, Skimmy's going live tonight at 8. Okay, thank you. Yeah, kindness is free. So is the truth. The truth is free. But just know if you put that, you're going to get blocked. But the truth is free. I love how everything else is free, but the truth isn't free. Oh, let's get to that. He came back on after, of course, he paid for the room and showed us he was in the gym because his feelings was hurt that people were talking about his size. At your big age, you're going to let who you consider trolls to bother you about your size? Your size is what it is. If you're a big back, you're a big back. Join us. We are proud of ourselves. And if you don't like us, there's the door. But, you know, I do a little raising the consciousness. So let's do it. He works out at Planet Fitness. And they have club policies. So let's talk about it. They have a mobile device policy. And it says that mobile devices can impact safety, privacy, and comfort of our members. In order to protect their judgment-free zone and ensure the best possible member experience, we limit in-club use of mobile devices in the following ways. They prohibit the use of mobile devices to take photographs or videos or to make voice or video calls in the locker rooms, but also in our black card spa area. Headphones and earbuds are required while listening to audio on a mobile device. The use of mobile devices to make voice or video calls is permitted in the lobby area. You're not allowed to use it to view content that may be viewed as offensive or inappropriate. Members may use their mobile devices on the gym floor in order to photograph or take video of themselves in very limited circumstances, and this privilege may be revoked at any time and for any reason at the sole discretion of the team members. So, No member may be able to use their mobile device to take photographs or videos if doing so presents a risk of injury to themselves or others. Out of respect for the privacy and comfort of the other members, photographs or videos should never include anyone who has not given their prior permission to appear. You can't do anything that contains any of their intellectual property. And of course, it can't be used for commercial purposes whatsoever. And the resolution to this is at the sole discretion of the team members. So, again, because of safety, privacy, and comfort of the members, that is paramount, and enforcement of this policy is a serious matter. Any report of a violation of this policy, whether from a team member, a club member, should be resolved promptly and professionally, with priority given to the privacy and comfort of all members. They reserve the right to revoke. Goodness, how many R's in a row? They reserve the right to revoke any and all mobile device use privileges under this policy, and if deemed warranted, to terminate a person's membership immediately for any violation of this policy or any other club rule. So, sir, I'd be careful, because you are so busy worrying about proving things to strangers on the internet to try to make other people look bad so people give you money, that you keep getting yourself in trouble. No, the one I saw him, he was on the treadmill. But I'm just saying, it's all to try to prove a point to people who you claim don't matter, all so that you can continue to scam. Be careful, sir. And now that you have time, I hope you're watching. I also hope that you're up early looking for a job. He had soda in the... Come on, bro. Oh, he absolutely is the victim in every circumstance. Oh, his people pay for it. His people pay for it. So that's all I have for today. We have 15 minutes to do open mic. Yeah, he was saying something about his breathing was especially difficult yesterday. I don't know why, but since you don't have a doctor, I guess you got to go to the county. But if anybody would like a box, it's open. If not, I would love to end early so I could take a nap, because Lord knows I'm exhausted. Tim is back. Girl, go take a nap. I need to. I'm tired. I don't usually yawn during the live, but I did today. That is how I know how tired I am. Yeah, because she's getting high as a kite. And so she needs the money constantly. He reset, right. And then he got $25? Nah. He called his buddy and said, I got the money. Hello, Sandra. Oh, Jody, I'm sorry. Well, listen, guys, I appreciate you. Thank you for letting me end a little early so that I can go ahead and take the nap. The kids already know it's time. They've been pretty good today. Well, I should say, Mister's been pretty good today. He's been pretty quiet. But trust me, one of them always wants you guys to know that they are still here. Yes, please be safe on these streets. Thank you, Princess. I'm going to thoroughly enjoy it. The real Mister is at work, as usual. So I'm going to enjoy it. But as I always say, thank you. Thank you for getting up and spending your morning with me. I truly appreciate it. As always, you are my motivation to keep going. Okay, chill. I will. But after my nap, I promise. If you missed any of it, it will be posted to YouTube. I have posted every single live for the entire month of September. So please go support us over there. Even if you don't watch it, subscribe to the channel. I appreciate it. Make sure you hug your loved ones because tomorrow is not promised. And please do a minute of self-care at a minimum every day. You can't be anything to the people that you love if you are not whole yourself. If I don't see you on the streets, I will see you Wednesday morning, 6:30 a.m. Oh, thank you, Amy. I appreciate you. Have a wonderful Monday, guys. And I'm out.